All right. So recently, Elon Musk has become a largest shareholder for Twitter. I don't actually really care that much. Not really. I legitimately believe that a lot of this is him basically gaming the stocks because Elon Musk does have enough influence that he can poop on Twitter for a couple of weeks, then buy stock in it, and then see people go like, ooh, and, get the price back up, and eventually he's just probably going to sell it again. If he actually does end up trying to fuck with the platform or whatever, I think that might be pretty interesting. We'll see what's going to happen. So, I mean, I don't really have the most nuanced take on it. It's more like my reaction to it is, well, let's see what the fuck he's gonna do. But I have been curious how other people feel about it. And here is Ben Shapiro. This is definitely going to be the thumbnail picture for Ben. This is pretty great. So anyway, yeah, let's see what Ben Shapiro feels about Elon Musk.
So the simple fact is that the minute that you say it's stakeholders everywhere who have a stake in what Disney does, not just the shareholders, at that exact point, things start to get extremely ugly for the future of these companies. Because now they are not being run by people who are interested in the success of the companies. They're being run by people who are willing to watch the success of the companies go completely sideways so that they can push a particular political agenda.
I think he's talking about a lot. Jesus Christ, he looks like a fucking Bond villain in this. What the fuck? I think he's talking about when companies are focusing less on shareholders and focusing more on what he would think is performative acts, because he's talking about Disney, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think that that's necessarily very relevant when it comes to Disney. Disney is a fucking monolith, and even them losing a few billion in stock temporarily is something that's not even going to scratch them at all. I don't feel like this is a very good argument necessarily. But anyway, this is, I guess, his segue into Elon and Twitter.
So the takeover of corporate America is really quite devastating, not because corporate America was right-wing. In many ways, it was not. It's because corporate America was apolitical, and now it has been wildly, wildly politicized.
No. Corporate America has always been political. And it also has rarely actually been left. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Corporate America, even now, with brands and whatnot, putting up rainbow versions of their icons and things like that, does not make them left, nor does it make them inherently any more or less political, because this is all optics, performative optics. People who are going to consume a lot of this stuff might have those leanings, and they might be attracted to that. But I think that you can much more determine what the political, which is really just economic and profit interest positions of companies are, based on who they support as far as deregulation, as far as trying to get lobby groups invested. And in that way, I would say all of Silicon Valley, save for very few, any of substance, a big substance, and of corporate brands, have been traditionally pretty right-wing, because that's where the economics are going to be assisting them in increasing their profit margins. It's not that complicated,
Yeah, well, the good news is that the pushback is now beginning. So Elon Musk, today, he announced that he had bought 9.2% of Twitter. According to the Washington Post, Elon Musk became the largest shareholder of Twitter on Monday, setting the platform up for a potential political showdown over its efforts to limit harmful content. The firebrand Tesla chief executive has indicated that he sees hastening a turn toward censorship.
Okay. So basing the argument on the idea that Elon's going to come in-house and he's going to reduce or minimize the effects of censorship, or rather, I would use the term moderation for the website, which is probably not going to happen, but whatever.
His surprise investment comes days after questioning the company's commitment to free speech and suggesting he might start his own social platform, it sent Twitter stock soaring. While it was not immediately clear what role Musk plans to play, analysts speculated he might try for an activist restructuring that could change the way Twitter polices its platform as well as who it banishes.
I don't think that's going to happen. Somebody was saying that like he's not going to be on the board. That he can't buy more stock, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And he could maybe levy some influence on this. But the thing is, I don't think Elon Musk actually gives that much of a shit. Not really. Not really. I think it's all fucking memes. I don't think that Elon, and I might be eating these words later. I might be wrong. But I don't think Elon is really that drastically involved in like, oh, no, they banned Trump. We got to unban Trump or some shit like that.
Some inside Twitter worry that Musk may push Twitter in a libertarian direction. Oh, you wouldn't want a free speech platform to be pushed in a libertarian direction, obviously. It has to remain woke. They're afraid he may push Twitter away from blocking or restricting accounts that cause social harm, according to people familiar with internal conversations who spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe sensitive matters.
It's also interesting, too, because Ben is going to he's phrasing this in a way that the censorship that happens is done for the sake of wokeness, and it's to reduce societal harm. Twitter does not give a fuck about societal harm. They don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. If Twitter cared about societal harm, it would delete itself, okay? Simple as that. They moderate because if they don't, they get in trouble and their stock price goes down. You can see this is very evident because social media platforms that are built under the guise of free speech, like Gab, which doesn't allow porn and certain types of speech, to like all these other bullshit ones, they always fail. They always fail. And I see so many times people will go on there and like, yeah, no, I thought it was going to be great. And like right on the front page, there's a dude with a swastika and he's talking about the Jews. I'm not going to use it. Whoa! So, even in this, if you're talking on the spirit of like free speech and you want to allow for everybody to be able to speak, you want people to be able to speak, but also want to speak there. And if you go there and you can say anything that you want, but other people can start cursing at you, sending you fucking gore porn and fucking Nazi memes and shit, then what the fucking use is your goddamn free speech? Because nobody's going to want to use it except for that stuff. It's just such a ridiculous and stupid reductive argument.
Just days after Twitter banned former President Trump in the wake of the Capitol insurrection, Musk wrote on Twitter, quote, "A lot of people are going to be super unhappy with West Coast high tech as the de facto arbiter of free speech. Some Twitter employees and experts fear Musk's involvement could also push the company further into chaos after years of investor activism and the sudden departure of former chief executive Jack Dorsey. Musk has a 9.2% stake in the social media company, which was disclosed in an SEC commission filing and sent shares up 27%. His stake...
It sent shares up 27%. That's why he did it.
Is worth nearly $2.9 billion and now dwarfs that of Jack Dorsey, who owns 2.3% of Twitter. Dan Ives, the managing director at Wedbush Security, said Musk's passive stake could be just the beginning. Rather than starting a competing social media platform, it looks like Elon has his eyes laser set on Twitter. Ives estimates that Musk, the world's richest man, will eventually pursue an active stake and take a much more aggressive role.
I don't think he gives a shit. I think he gives a shit about the money. That's all there is to it. It's very strange. Stop reading the article and tell me what you think, Ben.
And of course, Musk tweeted just last month, quote, "Given that Twitter serves as the de facto public town square, failing to adhere to free speech principles fundamentally undermines democracy."
Yeah. Okay. If you want to consider Twitter to be the town hall, the center of town, blah 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 kind of shit, well, what happens when you're in the town square? Everybody's hanging out, they're having picnics, people are doing whatever, and a dude walks in and starts goose stepping and throwing Nazi salutes and shit. What happens, Ben? What happens? And if people confront this person and call them a piece of shit or punch them in the fucking face, you'd be like, well, that's against free speech. You're not supposed to fucking do that. What the fuck, dude? I mean, you can if you want to, but that's why I hate that stupid like town square kind of thing. Is It's not the same. Trying to compare Twitter to Town Square is not the fucking same. Like, there are consequences to your fucking actions if you're in public, around people, in physical fucking reaching distance. It's so totally different. And the idea of trying to compare the two is naive and juvenile. It is so fucking dumb.
So, good for Elon Musk. And this is great. I mean, it's scaring the living crap out of all the people who are wokeifying major institutions in American life. And this is the way you fight back. The way that you fight back against the left is you actually take advantage of the fact that you can buy stock in these companies.
Oh, okay. So we just need to have some billions of dollars, and then we can finally have our free speech, huh? Damn. What a libertarian ideal that is.
You actually use your market power. Musk has unbelievable market power, and so now he could open up Twitter. That is a great move by Elon Musk on behalf of the country. Forget about his stock portfolio. It's a fantastic move on behalf of the country, which requires a more open discourse.
So we just need to have more massively wealthy billionaire children of emerald miners in South Africa to come and save our fucking country.
I'm happy to see the fact that when it comes to Disney.
Yeah, no, exactly. How to change the system. Step 1, have a lot of money. Damn. Yes, we have to purchase our rights, guys. That's how we become free. Don't you understand? We just have to have lots and lots of money. Lots of money. Wow. Wowee. Damn, what a fucking concept.
Families are now announcing that they are canceling Disney trips, which they should.
Oh.
Now, when it comes to Disney openly saying that they are going to mainline a bunch of left-wing propaganda into children's programming, people should think twice about whether they wish to consume Disney product. And they should think twice about whether they maybe want to take a look at some of the Daily Wire programming or other programming.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, the Daily Wire is going to become the new Disney, guys. It totally is. Any minute now. Any minute. And there's, and the thing is, too, those poor kids that just really want to fucking watch, like, Finding Nemo or some shit. And damn it, they just can't anymore because my parents hate how woke Disney is. Dang. What the fuck?
Whether they wish to redirect their dollars. According to the Daily Wire's Mary Margaret Olahan, she reports on a bunch of different families who've been canceling. One resident of Orange County said, quote, "It saddens me to think that the magic that was part of my life and my wife's life will not be part of theirs."
Oh.
But he says the only way we can effectively voice our opinion to a company like Disney is to refuse to do business with them. For us, that means canceling Disney Plus, canceling Disney Movie.
Yeah, Disney doesn't give a shit. Disney doesn't care. They don't care. Disney doesn't care. Like, shit, dude. Marvel, even just Marvel and Star Wars, like, is going to be able to keep them a massive economic powerhouse for so fucking long. It's ridiculous. Nah, man. Penny.
Club deleting Disney Insider membership, boycotting any and all creative works put forth by Disney. I'm not sorry for our decision. Can't even pity a company for making such a poor decision when they have enough clout to do whatever the hell they want, and this is the direction they've decided to move in. And again, I think there are tons and tons of parents who are moving in this direction. Lots of parents are taking a second thought and a second look at whether they wish to be the people who are sponsoring this sort of content. It is only the pushback that is going to change the math here. And the pushback needs to happen in every area because as the woke win, society gets a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, sure. How?
Because it makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel things that I don't like. Makes me feel like I might have to think that there are problems in the world that I can't just solve by talking really fast and yelling at college kids.
How's this for a title?
Fuck off. Anyway, yeah, that's all. He did not have the deepest of thoughts on this. As tepid as fucking tap water and as shallow as a puddle. Yeah, okay. Whatever.